Hello, my name is Rich. I use the he, him pronouns. You're watching my YouTube channel where I play amazing tabletop role-playing games with friends. It is Saturday as we play this, so it is Star Wars Saturdays, and we are continuing a mini series in the month of August 2026, playing a game that I found on itch called Starlight. Starlight was released, I believe, in 23, and it is just a quick start that's out there on the itch website where I found it from Giuseppe Delirious Certo and Tad Hitchcock. And we've reskinned it for Star Wars, as is my want. For all of the games in 2026 that I've run in Star Wars Saturdays, I am setting it during the Clone Wars era. And because I wanted to have a map, I love maps. I've said it in the Minos cluster or Minos cluster. I will use those names interchangeably. I can't help myself. That is a place generally in the outer rim because one of the tenets of Starlight is that it is about a crew who have been pushed to outside of the margin or pushed to the margins of society. And so I thought outer rim, margins of society. Now, this Manus cluster is something that there's a supplement for it for the Star Wars D6 original West End games. That also someone revitalized it in a fan made supplement for Edge of the Empire, but it is not a canon setting. I'm just using stuff from the original Star Wars West End games and some notes from the Edge of the Empire tweak that was created. It is out there, meaning that it's ostensibly, like if you just ask someone who's heard of the Minos cluster, oh, it's part of the Republic. But the Republic is fading, and there are CIS incursions, as you have found in our first session. We are bringing in Stephen because it is not Gen Con, so we get Stephen. That's the trade. No Gen Con, but yes, Stephen when Gen Con's over. Yay! It's good. Steven's character was aboard the Orbach, the name of our um, freighter. That's a Wayfarer, if I remember correctly, is the class of giant, big honking ship. And you guys were taking some swamp gas, refined swamp gas, or not terribly refined, but basically swamp gas from one place to a planet called Yelsain. Yelsain is in the Manos cluster. It has about, and remember, this is Star Wars. So when I say it has for the whole planet 4.5 million people, that is incredibly small. Um, and there is one starport, a place called Trader Town. I've dropped a tab in our character keeper with some deets about Yelsain, which I grabbed from the Minos Cluster PDF and then rephrased a few things to better apply to the Clone Wars era. Gravity is lower than average, ostensibly because of the absence of heavy metals. Heavy metal, very rare on Yelsain. And the populace, which is governed by an anarchist democracy, generally push very hard against technology. They do use some technology. It's one of those we don't want high tech to infiltrate our way of life. But yeah, I do have a set of like monoculars, or I do use a speeder kind of thing. Like there's a strata between. There are some things that we use, but we don't we don't want big factories and the like. So it is a pretty natural planet. Large trees, think Forest Moon on Indoor. I got my Indoor Forest t-shirt today as part of that. Um, and with light gravity, it is probably, I would imagine it'd be a pretty fanciful place. There's also a picture that is not officially Yelsain, but it looked Yelsainish. So I've got dropped a pic of ground level so we can use that to imagine what Trader Town might look like. Um, but you discovered as you arrived, or you came out of orbit, that Yelsain currently has a CIS incursion which is ongoing. You were pulled by a tractor beam to a CIS droid control ship. You were interrogated. Your shipment was inspected, but luckily, you discovered what would have been the problem ahead of being inspected. And so let's go around with a quick bit of intro. Stephen will come to you last because while your character was aboard, you weren't seen during that. You'll kind of step into the story as we head towards Yelsain. But it's Hypo. You were doing some inspections. So Mark, if you could introduce yourself, tell us a little bit about your character and what it is that you discovered.
Yeah, I am Mark Yinem, and I'm playing Hypo, he, him, because he is a Republic clone who took a hike after finding out that maybe there's some shady stuff going on in that whole thing there. Some problems. Um, we got pulled out perhaps by our captain scoundrel Tamtel. But yeah, I am playing the Stitcher. So I'm our ship's doctor. I was a field medic in the Republic Army. And yeah, while looking through our cargo, we found a Jawa question mark frozen in carbonite and stashed them somewhere away from the prying robot eyes.
Excellent. Thank you, Mark. Keith, introduce us to yourself and then tell us a bit about your character, what you were doing as you were in hyperspace and on then once you guys realized there was a problem with this carbonite thing.
Keith. I use the he, him pronouns. I'm playing Antrisk Kaku, she, her, a Bothan mechanic who is of middling high birth and fleeing her home planet to avoid an arranged marriage. Currently lovingly maintaining this hulking vintage slash old ship, the Orbac. It's a labor of love. I'm thinking kind of a mix of Lady Blackbird and Kaylee from Firefly, and uh, uh, she basically put her foot in her mouth, I think, a couple of times when CIS was on the ship. Um, didn't get a lot done, but you know what? Everything's running well, and I hit a frozen Jawa in part of the engine that I'm sure will have no bad consequences no matter how I roll the dice.
That's right. That's right. That's right. Ah, fantastic. And then Brian, if you could introduce yourself and tell us a bit about your character.
Yeah. Brian, he, him, playing Fenindolfo, also he, him, a thief who's, preferred to steal from criminals because they kind of deserve it. But yeah, that turns out to be not the safest people to piss off. That's why he's out here uh, avoiding the consequences of that. And yeah, is the shadow. So is stealthy and is a slicer, and he was trying to flirt with Antrisk while we were in hyperspace by, I think, mostly just pretending to be interested in whatever engineering project was going on. And
I forgot about that. Modifying the accelerated kettle for our new pilot and
That's right.
all
yes,
the techno
Fennin
babble accompanying that.
Fennin
Yeah.
was just smiling and saying, "Yes, I understand all the things that you were saying." Uh-huh. And doesn't know where the Jawa was stashed because he was tasked with talking because our captain was hiding from the inspection. So Fenton was tasked with talking to them while the Jawa was hidden away, and isn't really doesn't really know why we were able to pass the inspection, but is glad we did.
Yeah, it turns out that during the pilot, the actor who plays Steven's character had pulled a muscle or something and just couldn't be present for the filming. So we're going to do some post production and like reinsert him into scenes where he's like, no, no, you go talk to him. Excellent. Thank you, Brian. Stephen, if you could introduce yourself and tell us about this aforementioned missing captain.
Yeah. My name is Steven. My pronouns are he, him. I'm playing Tamtel Screech, whose pronouns are he, they. And Tamtel is the scoundrel playbook. Um, and I came from a royal family, but I was running a street con, because that's my propensity. And I was kind of playing around and I got caught, and my family disowned me and kicked me out. And so one of my lines is, I won't betray my family again. One of the questions that's asked, why do you care about the crew? I'm like, come on, they're like family to me. I love everyone and they're my best bet to get some much needed funds. Why do I need funds? Because I pissed off the Pikes. I think after leaving the um my royal family, I was kind of adrift. I didn't know how to make money. I didn't know what to do other than running scams and things. And I was used to a better life. And I think I fell in with the Pikes. And then I have a large gambling debt to them. Um, so what else is there? Oh, relationships. Um, the reason that I dipped out whenever the separatists came is because Commander Kolos and I had a history before she was a commander. We had a little fling off on the side, and whenever I saw who was coming in, I was like, "Oh, you know, you guys handle this." So I went back to my bunk, and I think I'm just kind of hanging out, lounging around, and taking notes and writing my book or whatever it is. Um, and my relationships with the rest of the crew, um, I have a uh romantic direction towards Antrisk, just because well, I think that's kind of
Everyone does.
exactly just because that's fun. Um, I think that there's something that's very intriguing about you and your history with your family being similar to my family. I think I see a connection there. Um, so and then I think I'm confidants with Finnan just because we have a mutual enemy, and I'm like, I think you'd said that we'd run into the Pikes like a month or so ago. Um, so we both dip out, and that's one of the reasons probably we're together on this same ship. Oh, one of the questions was that I had was um, oh, I had an item which was um, what? Let's see. What was my uh what did I get from my last con that I ran? Did we establish how we got the ship?
I don't think we did establish that.
So that's how I got the ship. Is the Orbak I won it in a Sabak game, and a fixed Sabak game. So I have one of the pieces of gear that I have is a rigged deck of Sabak. So which is kind of fun. Um I also another piece of gear that I have is I have armor one. That isn't because I'm wearing armor. That's because I have a cape that I flounce around and distracts people from shooting me. So that's what my armor is. Um, and that's all I can think of.
I'm just pleased with the idea of a distracting cape being armor. That amuses
Uh,
me. It really does. Sweet.
I do have a start of session move.
Thank you. I was about to say words that were not asking you to roll that, so please roll. Lucky bastard. Oh,
I got a
wow. Starting
13.
off strong with a 13 on that. Strong hit. So that means you hold 3 luck throughout the session. You can spend your luck 1 for 1 to avoid oncoming harm, incite favorable circumstances. That's wild. I'm very excited to see this in play. Speaking of seeing things in play, we pick up with the Orback, your big hefty medium class transport as she is coming. We see the heat coming off of the giant like trailer that is the main cargo bay as you are entering the atmosphere. And then we see Yelsain from the ground with the Wayfarer with the Orback heading towards Trader Town, the only spaceport here. Now, You might say to yourself, this is a spaceship. I can land anywhere I want on a planet, Rich, and you're not wrong. Um, you could land well, Yelsain is a heavily forested area that has a couple of continents filled with giant monsters, maybe not monsters, animals. Animals, Rich says. Animal, he said, quickly amending so you don't hear that word monsters. Giant animals, so maybe you don't want to park anywhere, but you've been told that your contact will be there to meet you. Your contact who will get you paid, Arcia Santander, will be at Trader Town, the spaceport. So as we cut to the ground, we see Trader Town, which is a small spaceport, but we do see that there are a large number of the B1 battle droids, some B2s. Those are the ones with the like arms that are stocky and everything. And we hear the hum of some of the droids that like fly around as they zip past on various errands. There, it does appear to be Trader Town itself is not built to withstand the sheer number of beings that are here. The good news is they don't eat food. So the one restaurant on the Trader Town spaceport is able to keep up. But we see the Orbach come in and you are directed to land. Now, as a reminder, you were told by Commander Ephra Kolos of the CIS, that CIS commander who inspected the Orbach, that there would be a 5% on top of everything else, a 5% from the cargo. So she did allow you guys to head forward because she inspected. Well, she didn't. She had a couple of battle droids who didn't do the best of jobs, but they did say this is swamp gas. So the swamp gas, you will trade that with the Santander, and then 5% goes to the CIS war effort, which you didn't disagree with. I don't know if you fully agree with it, but you didn't disagree with that. So we do the quick screen wipe with the Wayfarer on the ground, the Orbach parked in this area. So, quick question. As you take a look at the Yelsain picture, I imagine that there are these like obvious discs that are landing pads. But I could also see that in a pinch, maybe they have cleared a few areas for more. Hey, and you can land here. Which do you think, from a aesthetic or other reasons, is more interesting for you guys for where the Orbach lands? In a like legitimate, this is part of the spaceport, or a adjunct, temporary, supplemental spaceport landing area?
I mean, it seems like they didn't want us to land at all, really, so I can't imagine they're giving us priority booking.
It's true. It's true.
Oh, we
Excellent.
are on a legitimate job, and we should have a contact there that can get us in.
True enough. Cool. So, we see the Wayfarer has landed, and it is a adjunct or supplemental portion. Like you expected, oh, we'll be on one of the landing pads, but maybe not. You can actually see several large logs of where they have just cut down trees to make this space. And as you guys have landed, I think this is a point where we get to see the captain emerge, because you know that the Yelsain Port Authority, a small group that does do inspections primarily to make sure you're not bringing a bunch of high tech here. The Yelsain Port Authority, along with one engineer who is authorized to like refuel for a fee, et cetera, et cetera. Yelsain Port Authority is making their way towards the ship. But Captain Tamtel, what do you do?
So I wait until the uh the little ramp lowers. There's some steam that blows off, and I walk out almost as a reveal as the steam kind of clears out. I have a tape behind me that kind of flows through the steam and everything, and then as I reach the bottom, I imagine that yes, Yelsain is a little bit of a humid planet, so I think I pull out like a little napkin and I kind of tap on, wipe a little bit of the sweat off and then put it back in my little pocket square and step out looking for someone who's in charge.
Cool. Yeah, sure enough, as soon as you look out, there is a human. He's in some coveralls. There's a patch on it identifying that he's part of the Yelsain Port Authority. Do you, and we established last session that this is not a place normally on your route, but would Temtel have any connections here in Yelsain? I'm imagining not, but I just want to make
No,
sure okay, cool.
no, I don't think so. Um, he's yeah, he would only go to places he wouldn't expect to know people because the people he know aren't real happy with him right now. Yeah.
Cool. This guy has a pretty thick blonde beard. He late 30s, 40s. The beard has a number of braids in it and then a few baubles at the end, but everything else about him looks like guy who has been working as a mechanic slash port authority official for quite a long time. He's got a data pad with him and he comes up, and when you come down, there's a moment where he just looks at you like, wow, that's not something I see every day. Um, I, I'm Taryn Voss, Port Authority Inspector.
Oh, Tentel Screech, it's a pleasure to do business with you, um, and your lovely planet. We're here to see um, Arcia Sandari. Can you send a message to him saying that we've arrived with his goods? And we had a little bit of difficulty in orbit, but we made our way past that. So we'll have to talk to him a little bit. Um, and my good sir, will you make sure that the Orbach here is well taken care of? We need refueling, we need, you know, any little things. And I think giving like a couple of coins as a tip. This isn't enough to be a bribe, but this is enough to be a little bit of a tip.
Uh, there's a moment where he pauses, he takes the money. It seems a little. You're aware that the CIS has a 5% levy on all business. Did they make that clear with you? I'm sorry, I just
Yes,
not
that's the
my.
little difficulty we ran into, and we'll have to talk with that about our with Arcia. Um, but that's that's none of your business or my business or anything like that. That's between Arcia and the Separatists. They'll have to figure all that out. Yeah.
You said Santander, right?
Yes.
Hmm, okay. Uh, he does a lot of work with us, and there's a problem, sir. Uh, he was taken into custody by the CIS yesterday.
Oh,
Yeah,
well, what
so
kind of misunderstanding was this?
I'm, he kind of he holds the data pad up and a hand up, like I'm not. I don't know. I just know
Oh,
he's left. Yeah. So, you guys are you've been cleared to land. Um, you'll have to, I guess. Yeah. I'm gonna work through inspection now, and then he will try to head past you up in to
mhm.
inspect the cargo.
A couple of things from
Mhm.
the last session. I don't think I know anything about the uh carbonite passenger that we have
That sounds
because
great. Yeah, I
I
love
was
that they
hiding in my
didn't tell
cabin.
you.
Exactly. I was hiding in my cabin from, the X. And um I don't have any contacts on this planet. I think I'm just going to tell him, do a good job and, we'll do the best that we can to keep the business flowing.
Okay. So, uh, this gentleman, Taryn Voss, I'll toss a pickup into the NPC tab in a bit. But he comes up and you see he wasn't part of this conversation, but there are a couple of battle droids who are just patrolling back and forth, marching for no apparent reason other than programming, but they're nearby. Um, we had established that you guys have a speeder on board, so I think we mentioned that. So just remind you of that. But it sounds like the guy who's supposed to pay you according to this guy, is too many guys. Taryn Voss has told you that he is in has been detained. What do you wish to do?
So I'm going to make sure I'm going to radio back to the crew that I assume right now are still on the ship and tell them that the inspector's coming in, Terran Voss is coming in. He'll do a good job, but it seems like there's a misunderstanding between Arcia, our, and the separatists. I'm going to head to the nearest, cantina to see if I can either find out more information about is he getting out or find another buyer.
Okay. So let me swing back to check in with I think Hypo, as your captain went down, didn't get the 411 of what had transpired, but obviously taking charge. And now there's a gentleman who is heading out to inspect the cargo.
Hmm.
What do you wish to do, Hypo?
Yeah, definitely probably want to stay inside for a little bit just in case there's any recognition issues. I do want to check on the status of our little friend and see how the freezing took them. They seem to be in good status last time. I'm tempted to defrost him.
Uh, Antrisk or Fennin, would either or both of you be there? Like who's headed back to the engine room area? Who's dealing with your captain running off to the local cantina or the inspector on board?
It's a great trilemma
I know. I love
because there's
this.
no way we can let the captain go to the cantina by himself. Somebody has to go, or who knows what's going to happen. There's no way it should be me, but
Yeah,
if it has to be,
Fenton might be the right choice for that.
uh, I feel like I want to take care of the ship, but also, my bleeding heart compassion wants to take care of this Jawa.
Hmm.
So I would lean towards those two, but I've seen what Tamtel can get into without adult supervision, and we can't let that happen again.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I can chase after Tamtel and I just say like yeah, just like deal with its inspection and I don't know what you guys did, but it got us past the Trade Federation. We should be able to deal with the. I'm sure you can deal with this local, and
I,
yeah,
I think I have basically what I just said out of character, that conversation with Fennon.
Hmm.
Like, I know you can handle this. And like saying it as a friend, but are there some flirty undertones? Maybe.
Nice. Cool. So we'll pick up with Fennin and Temtel heading to the cantina. Very generous term for Trader Town's single restaurant and bar. Hypo and Antrist. So Antrist, I think you maybe come in as Hypo is looking at the display of the carbonite. Like if we recall
Hmm.
from the few times it's got the little indicators and few toggles and the like. And yeah, everything seems green on the bios readings for this individual.
I think
Yes.
I think we
That's
should.
what they look like without the hood.
Well, we can ask it when we defrost him. This is a person, not cargo. We deserve to hear what happened himself or herself itself, whatever it is.
Just no, you're right. You're right. This is inhumane, but I mean, what if there's a reason for the carbonite?
Then we should have been told about it. This
I
is
know I'm not convinced you
an
not to do
impurity in
it.
the swamp gas, as far as I'm concerned, that needed
Can
to
I
be
can I
removed.
convince you to wait until, if not the captain gets back, that at least our inspection's over with?
Why don't you deal with the inspector while I talk to our friend?
So you want to thaw out this unknown entity by yourself?
I've seen worse.
I mean, technically you don't know that because you don't know what this is.
You don't know what I've seen.
That's a good and scene line, so I can't argue with you anymore. Too good
It's
of a
awesome.
button to continue. I'll go investigate the investigator.
Sweet. That is fantastic, and yes, that is a line that cannot be trumped. I was looking at the game does have a manipulate move, but the way that it is worded, it feels like an for NPCs. That doesn't feel like a thing you would make NPCs or make a PC like on a 10 plus. You make them do the thing that doesn't feel right to me. So I think we played it out socially as the game is built to facilitate it, in my opinion. So, meaning, good job, guys. The +1 A plus. Way to go. But let's deal with Terran Voss for now as Antriskew head out to chat with him. I do have a picture of our human Terran Voss Yelsain inspector. You see he's got his little data pad. He's pretty professional. Like he's just doing the work. Um, he notices you. Doesn't I did a quick. He just kind of notices you're there. This is just his job. So gives you the like head nod of hello.
Swamp gas.
Yeah, looks like swamp gas. All the way from Pendro, huh?
Yeah, they love their swamp gas there and here, I guess, because we brought it here.
Yeah, it's good natural fuel. Not as efficient as some of the more refined gas stuff they do from like your home planet, but not
Well, I
bad.
figured you were going to refine it here.
I'm not sure what Santander was going to do with it.
He's a mysterious man.
Yep.
Do you do you do you know him well?
Yeah, he's been getting a lot of shipments lately. He's an off-worlder, so yeah, I really know those guys. You know?
A lot of swamp gas, huh?
No, not unless swamp
Oh,
gas.
well, well, what other shipments is he getting?
Oh, well, I think at this point now we're moving towards a move.
Yeah, that might be the manipulator one now that we're talking to an NPC.
Yeah, let's see if you can manipulate or charm him to open up a little bit more about Santander.
And his roll plus subtle. I'll find my right tab here because we have the roller integrated.
I know.
So I'm going to choose my basic move and manipulate. And that already knows it's plus subtle then, right?
It should.
Okay. I mean, it doesn't matter because it's a 0, so a 9. They'll do it, but
Hey.
only if you give them supporting evidence, a compromise, or a favor first.
Sweet. So he says, well, I know you guys are gonna probably be delayed for a bit. Told your captains, Santander's been picked up by the authorities. Maybe I shouldn't be talking about this kind of stuff with you. No offense.
Oh, I'm not offended, but you're not allowed to speak about these matters?
It's less what
It's
I'm allowed or not allowed to do, and more like what's smart. You know, the CIS, bunch of carking droids. I don't want messed up in all our business.
Do you tell me if I need to give him evidence, a compromise, or a favor, or am I fishing for
That's
what?
a fair point. I was like, He says, we'll help get you off planet. It seems legit. I'm gonna sign off on this. You guys aren't staying, right? Your captain seemed a little sneaky.
Yeah, he does come off that way. No, we've got other shipments. I mean, we should. We need other shipments. That's what the Orbach's designed for. I mean, we just want to get paid and get going, man.
And he'll buy that. Like okay, this will get you off his planet and no further trouble. So to say, okay, as long as you're not mixed up in whatever got Santander picked up, that sounds fine to me. So Santander, off-worlder, he showed up a few years ago. He's running around with this little guy. I've never seen one of these guys. They don't smell good. Weird. Uh, Asking a lot of questions, talking to a lot of the elders. He's gone off to a bunch of the different smaller tree villages. Real curious guy. Says he's a researcher, but I don't buy it. He doesn't feel like a researcher. So whatever he's doing with this swamp gas, that's probably sneaky.
Well, like you said, it doesn't matter as long as you transact the deal.
Yeah. Yeah. Good luck.
So could you pay us and he could pay you back?
I don't have that kind of credits. I'm sorry, ma'am. I just work for the Port Authority. He would have whatever credits you're supposed to be paid. And yeah.
Can't blame a gal for trying.
Well, no, I can't blame you, but I can't really help you. But I can't tell you that maybe, if you check on the board, there is an attachment with the Minos freight exchange. So there might be something you could pick up and take off out of here if Santander is not going to pay you. Swamp gas, I could put you in contact with a couple of resellers who might be interested, but they're probably not going to give you top dollar, and then you still got to pay 5% off of what this is appraised at. So you might end up taking a bath. That's a bad thing.
I guess that little guy could have taken a bath because you said he smelled.
And he laughs. Yeah, he laughs at that. Then that's where we'll cut out of that scene.
Wasn't it could have bought us hypos, darn it.
Let's pick up with Fennin and Tamtel as you guys are walking across like the last bit of the spaceport before you step
sorry,
into
Rich. Clarifying question. The
Yes.
researcher was the smelly guy or Arcia?
Oh, great question. Let me define. The short guy was the smelly guy. He was saying he I was trying to indicate there was a Jawa with Arcia
Yeah.
Santander, and he referred to the Jawa as being smelly because it is not a human creature, and the bath would be a good joke for him. Is that clear
Cool.
enough?
I wasn't sure which one he was calling a quote unquote researcher.
He was saying Santander says he was a researcher. From what you gathered from this guy, he's never had a conversation with the Jawa. It's just a weird alien
got it.
thing. Sorry, my
Thank you.
chit chat was unclear. I appreciate you asking questions. Oh, I'll have somebody punch up the script and we'll like redo that scene later, but let's just put that knowledge in your head. So we pick up with Temtel and Finn and two of you guys walking across the spaceport, which you've seen the single picture. I'm imagining there's a lot of just mud and grass on this spaceport, and then areas where they've set up landing pads and the like. It's very naturalistic. The Trader Town Spaceport restaurant is called Trader Town Spaceport Restaurant in Arabesh. Like the people who like pause the Blu-ray and then transcribe all of the Orabesh are like, this is not a funny joke. It is the most prosaic name. Anything Fennin or Temtel that you guys do before I drop you into entering the tavern?
I mean, I will tell our captain about that we had a smuggled alien in carbonite.
Ah, that's good to know. I'm sure Entrus can take care of it. She's very competent. And as I'm doing this, I'm kind of weaving through, kind of staggering, not staggering, but kind of stepping around a lot of the mud. I make it look good, right? And the cape kind of swishes behind me. And as I go to step inside the cantina, I imagine it has doors. I'm just going to kind of open, um, and I'm going to take a glance around. I'm going to spend my first point of luck, um, for something to incite favorable circumstances, and I'm going to pick out, the businessmen who are in here. Like, who's the most prominent person to go to and say, "Hey, I've got some stuff to sell."
Great. Uh, Two of you enter this place. It is very log cabin aesthetic. Um, they do have a grill. You can smell the the grill is active. There's also a heavy smell of coffee. Number of big wooden tables, rounded. In fact, the tops of the tables like they look like someone has just sliced a thin layer of a tree and then lacquered it to look like a tabletop. Bunch of chairs that are matched to each other, not a mismatched thing. Um, there are perhaps 25 folks here, mostly humans, all of them looking pretty rugged, except for a few folks that obviously look like spacers, like you can see from their coveralls or their style of dress is very out of place. There is a bar at the back, and then behind the bar is where the short order kitchen area is. And you spend a piece of luck there that fortunes would favor you with some business opportunities. And I think you don't immediately pick out the business person as the business person, but what you do is you pick out a couple of people who are obviously the heavies for this business person. Um, you get to, with your luck, you can tell me if they are people you have met before or if just the fact that they are wearing armor. Um, but the two of them have dropped into our NPCs. One of them's a redhead with the sides of her hair shaved. She looks young. She looks really happy to be here. Like this seems super interesting to her. Um, and she is obviously the easiest one for you to manipulate. The other one has a similar hairstyle, but a much more suspicious look to her. Both of them they're not obviously armed, but the fact that they're wearing armor makes you think they probably have weapons close at hand. The two of them are standing behind a Rhodian who is having a conversation with a couple of people who look like locals. You can just see from the general rugged demeanor the two of them have. Uh, so, what do you wish to do?
So I think part of the question was, do I know these people? And the answer is no, but I know what they're doing. They're either, you said that they're having a discussion with locals.
Yes.
So I
Yes,
think they're in
the
the middle
Rhodian's
of,
having a discussion with a couple of Yelsain no, locals.
I think that they're conducting business. So I'm very familiar with this, and I'm going to step up um, and tell Iska, the redhead, um, I need to see your boss. We have a proposition that he would be very interested in.
And Iska's reaction goes from, "Oh hey, wait, he's talking to me? Oh, wow, he's hot." These are all things that her expression very clearly indicate in an open, unguarded way. And she's about to open her mouth to respond when Sari, the other, I'm saying it like sorry because I have an accent, but it's Sari, sorry. Although it's in Arbesh, so who even knows? But she interjects and says, "Narek will talk to you when he's done." Who are you?
Oh, the name's Hamtel, and yeah, I'll be over at the bar. Can I get you ladies anything to drink?
It's just like, "Oh yeah, they have a really good." No, we're good. Sari says. Well, they have their blue milk is excellent.
Okay.
Uh, Finnan, you just saw Temtel like roll right up to those two merc ladies. What do you wish to do? Are you near Temtel, or are you doing the thing where I
Um,
just entered at the same time? I'm doing a different thing.
I mean, Fennon's instinct is to be as invisible as possible. So, So, yeah, probably hung back and yeah.
Cool. So what do you want out of this other than just keeping an eye on Temtel to keep him out of trouble? Is there anything you'd like?
Um, yeah, other than keeping Temptil out of trouble, that's all. That little thing. Yeah, I mean that's mainly it. Is there anything else?
Would you, as Rich likes to lean on moves, you want to assess the situation?
Sure. Yeah, I mean if Temptil's focused on finding an alternate buyer for the gas, I'm maybe focusing more on what exactly is going on with what is that? Arcia? Arcia?
Arcia.
Yeah, Arcia.
I'm sorry I chose a name people have problems with. I feel weird. Santander is the last name of a baseball player. Arcia is the first name of a different
Like
baseball player.
like
So
what
it
why
But
makes
you
sense
could
in my
say, oh,
head. Well, actually, no. Arcia is the last name of Orlando Arcia, and Santander is, a player for the Blue Jays. But anyway,
oh.
yeah. I just think the name sounds cool, really. Um,
I steal baseball player names all the time, and I never get caught, but I can't do it in a game that you play.
a
is that why
nine?
all your characters are normally named Babe? Okay, and now I know. Didn't know before. Sweet. A weak hit. You get to ask a question. So, what question interests you?
Then be looking for. What can I use to my advantage?
Hmm, nice. Well, as Temtel picked up, Iska could be used to your advantage. You can just see she is the greenest thing here. She's very easily led astray. She's just a babe in the woods. But also you realize from the prices on the menu board that the exchange rate is very favorable here. Like trade with Yelsain, if they'll allow you to trade with them, you can make some pretty good profit. Like if you pick up some cargo here and pay for it and sell it somewhere else, you can really pull some profit. Um,
Unfortunately, our currency is swamp gas currently.
yeah, currently you're flush with swamp gas. You also see that there are a few locals off to the corner who are participating in a low stakes sabak game. Does that seem fair? Is that a good set of opportunities for you? Awesome.
Sure.
Temtel, you head up to the bar and do you order the fabulous blue milk, or do you do something else?
No, I think I'm going to actually go up and I'm going to get 3 glasses of the blue milk and set them out. I'm going to take one and sip, and I'm going to look around, kind of survey the rest of the cantinas, see what else everyone is doing. But by doing so, I see where Fenton has gone to.
Mhm.
Um, I especially put eyes. You said there is a sabacc game, so I
I
think I
do.
eye that. I eye that, but I think everyone would be proud of me. I don't go over and sit down. I wait for Narek. Um, you know, because I think that's where we need to be. That's where our business needs to be. So I think I take a sip of my blue milk, and then I think I kind of tip it to Iska, and glance at the 2 glasses that are there over on the bar, and just kind of wait patiently until Narek is ready.
Okay, cool. Let's swing back to Hypo. Um, Antrisk had a brief conversation with you, took off to deal with the inspector, and left you alone.
Hmm.
No, completely lastly alone. What do you wish to do?
I have a little. I think I'm going to defrost this guy.
Yeah. So we come into the scene of you
Yeah.
clicking the buttons, and then we hear the whoa, 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 and the light pours out as the carbonite freezing goes off, and then after a few moments, there's like a cut to you, and then a cut back, and this little Jawa, which I'm not going to share with the video of what they look like. It was the best pic I could find of what a Jawa looks like outside of a mask, and it is not incredibly pleasant.
Looks like a naked mole rat, kind of. Yeah.
But I imagine it does have eyelids, even though we never see Jawas blink because it just is weird to my brain of creatures that have eyes of such size that don't blink. But yeah, he blinks and then says something in that chittering jump.
Mm. It's all right. You're safe here.
Basic. Speak basic.
That's right. You speak basic.
Yes.
What's your
Don't.
name, friend?
Can't see. Don't. Who?
You'll be
Who?
fine in just a moment. You were frozen.
Ticket.
Ticket?
Name ticket.
Your name is Ticket. I'm Hypo. Do you know
Reaches
where
out with
you are or
his little
where you came from?
four-fingered hand.
Yeah.
Actually, I think they have 5 fingers on their hands. If you remember Jawas with their gloves,
Hmm.
I'm like, yeah. So reach out. Do you know where you are? Yelsain?
Um, yes. We just arrived on Yelsain.
Arcia?
That's
Where Arcia?
who we're here to sell some swamp gas to, but you got mixed up in the shipment apparently. Were you taken off Yelsain for some reason?
You can sense that Ticket is dazed, maybe suffering, the carbonite freezing sickness,
Hmm.
and also very quickly realizing that you're interrogating him, and Arcia isn't here. You could
Yeah,
just see it in his body language. He's starting to get scared.
yeah, yeah. I was
Uh,
like, you're safe, little friend. We're friends of Arcea's, and we're just trying to figure out what's going on. But everything's all right.
I'd like to see you manipulate him to trust in you.
Yeah. Okay, manipulate. Great. Manipulate. I've got a +1 in that. That's an 8. They'll do it if I give them supporting evidence, a compromise, or a favor first.
What Arcia tell you?
Uh, Arcia, and I'm just going to tell them the truth. Like, Arcia hired us to deliver some canisters of swamp gas. Um, when we inspected the cargo, we found you along with it and worried that something might be amiss. But we're here to deliver it, and if you wish, you to Arcia, if that's, is that what you want?
He will kind of reach out and he's trying to get up and out
Hmm.
of this
Yeah, to help him up and
confined thing. He's
yeah,
a little guy, right? He's
yeah.
like 3 foot tall. Um, Interestingly enough, when I searched for the Googles for Jawa without mask, I saw a picture of one of the like behind the scenes stills of the original Star Wars of a small little redheaded child, a
Mhm.
girl who was in the Jawa, and I'm like, oh, it's so adorable. How cool is that? No wonder they walk so awkwardly in the original Star Wars. So you help Ticket out, and he still looks around blindly. It's pretty obvious that he is suffering from the sickness. He says, "You you want you want pay. You want pay for delivery."
Oh, that's already taken care of. We don't need anything extra.
Oh,
Do one pay for delivery? Do one.
Arcia, okay? Good?
Well, I haven't heard anything to the contrary, so I assume so.
Uh, thanks. Ticket,
You're all right? Were you frozen intentionally, or did someone do this to you?
uh, ticket need to get back. Not want trouble.
Hmm.
Carbonite seemed like good idea.
Uh, uh, for next time, it would have been no trouble for us.
Okay, ticket remember for next time.
Well, we should get you to your friend then.
Okay.
Let's let you. I'll get you some water, and you can regain your sight, and we'll head out and find your
The
friend.
ticket like feels around and it goes to the base of the little carbonite thing and opens a little compartment and
Oh, yes, of
then
course. Get dressed, please.
puts on a hood and then will appear as a Jawa because that is normal and less disturbing. So, Antrisk, after your conversation with the inspector, I think it would be lovely if maybe you come back to the inspector's leaving and you come back to inform Hypo, and Hypo has a little Jawa friend.
Yeah.
Utidi!
Whoa. Okay.
This is Tickets, our passenger.
Pleased to meet you. I'm Antrisk. I am the mechanic of the Orbach, the ship on which you have ridden involuntarily.
It sounds like it was voluntary.
Part of
Okay.
ticket plan.
Sorry, what did he say, Rich?
Part of ticket plan.
Okay. And looking at Hypo like, does that make sense to you? Has he explained that sufficiently?
Ticket apparently is the mastermind behind our job here, so
Oh. Oh.
Droid's
I,
gone?
and give Ticket a sniff.
Oh, yeah,
droid,
ticket doesn't smell great. There's just
droid,
like this swarthy animal scent.
musky,
Yeah,
I mean, I don't think
musky.
that's
Yeah. Like
so
a
different from
ferret.
like a pet store. Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
uh
like a pet store or a ferret. Yeah, there we go.
I probably have a less intense version of that going on with my animal magnetism, but
Oh, it's true.
I don't think it
Maybe
smells bad.
maybe even
But
blinded, he kind of shuffles near you in his little he seems interested in you.
I give him a little hug. He's just been in Carbonite. That's got to be disorienting. Welcome back to the waking world, little buddy. So you're the one who's been working with Arcia.
Ticket work with Arcia.
Unfortunately,
And
the droids are still here.
Hate droids. Not all droid, just Snoopy droids.
I'm with you on that one.
do you know why Arcia was detained?
Detained?
Yeah, the separatists, I think it was. The guy Voss who inspected, he was saying something about that. I think it was the separatists. I'll be honest, I kind of got distracted by his beard. It was really nice.
Well, I'm sure the captain will sort everything out.
Yeah, yeah. How long have you worked with the captain?
Long enough.
Um, let's get you something to eat, Ticket.
Oh, Ticket is very excited about getting something to eat. He's very Ticket hungry.
Yeah, yeah. We can definitely fix you up some something that won't poison you.
Cool. And maybe we like fast forward just a little bit for that. He doesn't eat as much as regular ass humans, but he's eaten a little bowl of stuff and has declared, "Oh, you are Bothan. You are human." He's able to make out vague details. You guys are kind of blobby things now, but he sees the fur, etc., and says, "Ticket in Arcia, we find secret. Swamp gas for secret. Arcia in trouble for secret. Ticket don't want to be in trouble."
Well, we do. We
Since
don't
you
want
mentioned
to.
a secret, it sounds like you want to tell us what it is.
Secret get in trouble. If you know secret, you in trouble.
I think you'll find that we are almost always in trouble anyway.
Shoot Hypo a look.
I also have a secret I could share. Well, we can trade.
Ticket loves secret.
Am I the only one without a secret? Hold on, I'll think.
Ticket secret long. Hypo, go first.
I am a clone from the Republic Army. I'm no longer in the Republic Army, and they're rather cross about that.
Definitely our
There's-
yeah, figure for the drama of it. It's a secret.
Yeah, Ticket hears the gasp and then just follows with gasp as well. Ticket no. Ticket don't see so good. Working on it.
Oh, it's such an amazing job of subterfuge that even with full eyesight Ticket, you'd never be able to tell Hypo's deep dark secret. My goodness.
Ticket and Arcia find. Their old factory here. Very, very, very old. Swamp gas help run factory.
What kind of factory?
Making factory. Making things. Not weapons. Things. Thinking back factory.
Oh,
Mm-hmm. Ticket
don't-
very excited.
don't
Arcia
think they
less
much care for that
excited, but
either.
interested.
They don't care much for that kind of thing here. I understand.
Yes, Yelsain people hate big machine. This big machine, very big.
Well, sounds like the machine was here before they were, so.
Mm-hmm. They don't understand.
I once smoked one of my father's death sticks. Okay, it's
Good?
not as good as you guys.
Is good? Death stick good?
It was surprisingly good,
Mm.
but I got a condition and kind of tap my midsection. So no more for me.
No more for you. They're not good.
Ticket think take ship to big machine. Use swamp gas. Make big machine work.
I mean,
Well-
obviously we're gonna do it. Looking at Hypo, I'm not going to be able to convince you not to.
I think that's the captain's call, so let's let them know, and we'll go from there.
I guess if you insist, I can help you make this strange machine work.
And he nods enthusiastically, like ticket C, gear, Antrisk smart, engineer, like ticket.
Hmm.
You notice the kid back there? Nobody's mentioned that at all. I've been waiting for someone on the crew to mention that I upgraded the scav kit, and nobody said a thing.
And Ticket will rattle off a few things that he spots on your kit. Like he knows his stuff. He's
Uh,
impressed by how you've upgraded the scav kit. It doesn't feel like he has the capacity to like bullshit you. He's not a very good Jawa, because he's not really trying to work an angle here.
I'm glad you noticed the serenium containment crystal.
Crystal good. Others like blah blah crystal, but Serenium better. Best.
We talk long enough to annoy or bore Hypo.
Yeah,
I think
nice.
I get on comms with Temtel as that's happening.
Awesome. So Temtel, um, just as Hypo's reaching out to you, that is when Narek is approaching the bar where you've been hanging out.
Mhm.
You wanted to talk to me? The Rhodian says. You see that Hypo's trying to reach out to you on comms.
Um, I put Hypo on pause and I say, yeah, yeah. I've got a business opportunity for you. Um, I think you'll like this quite a bit. We've got some product that we need to move, completely legit. Um, and it seems that our regular buyer is out of commission for now, so there's an opportunity for you to step in. Um, Give me just 1 second, and I'm going to step away,
Okay.
and then take Hypo's call.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'll basically just relay everything that we just learned.
yeah. And I think that after that, I'll step back up to Narek and say, okay, um, we we actually have another bid that's come in on our uh, product, and we're going to see. Let me look into this other purchaser, um, and I'm going to drop the name of originally our buyer was Arcia, um,
Hmm.
and they seem
Hmm.
to have run stumbled into problems and some misunderstanding with the new sheriff here in town. So we're going to see what we can do to move this product. I need to go talk to the other buyer right now. How can I get in touch with you? If and so that we can discuss what your price would be.
Narek listens. He makes a few verbal cues that he's paying attention. He says, just so I'm clear, Tamtel, you're saying that you arrived on plan and expecting to deliver something to Arcia Santander, and now you're looking for other buyers?
Oh, that's right. It seems like Arcia is out of commission and in trouble.
I see.
Um, uh, is that not true? I mean, are you friends with Arcia?
F shared a few drinks with him. I wouldn't say friends. Interesting. What is the cargo that you have?
Well, right now that seems to be in a little bit of flux. We have basically right now we have some fuel, or it this can also be modified to be used in weapons. Um, I'm not sure exactly what Arcia was looking to do with this. I'm sure that's not legit. I mean, we're talking about fuel. But um, it turns out we might be trading up to some other goods, and then we wouldn't have fuel to trade. You would have something better than fuel. So that's why I need to talk to exactly find out from my team who are um, working on producing the goods. As you know, we're all in the business. We're just trying to figure things out. So
Sure.
that's why I need to get back to you.
Okay, when you're solid on whether it's fuel or whatever else, get back to me. I mostly can be found here, but and he hands you like a little card. Here's uh my ident code for the communication. It's not the strongest network here. I have to warn you. If you're near the spaceport, everything should be clear. Further you get out into the woods, less reliable the comm units are. And there's the mesh. There's like a point to point, but if I'm not close, You seem like a smart fellow. I'm sure you understand how communists work.
Of course. I've got people to take care of that. But just to let you know, this is not cheap. You know, we're talking about real business, not, you know, a gas can full of stuff. Just so we're on the up and up.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, I'm moderately interested based on whatever it is that you eventually have to present for potential sale.
Um, in addition, if you have anything that needs to be moved off planet, um, as soon
That
as we get
is
through
definitely
here,
a thing I'm interested in. Yes.
yeah.
Yes.
Well, I mean, we can negotiate what's going on. As I said, we have other pokers in the fire, and we'll see what exactly happens. But yeah, if you need anything to be moved off planet, um, we're at your service.
Great. I'd love to know more about your ship. The easiest thing I have to move right now, of course, would be lumber. I do have a large amount of lumber, so it does need certain environmentals. Sorry, just my assistant. Sorry, she can work with whoever you designate, and we'll work on a transaction. If you, regardless of whether you move this cargo to whomever, if you are open to taking some of the lumber that I have, that is definitely a conversation I want to have with you.
I'll have my people talk to your people. But,
Okay.
you know, I'm not sure that lumber doesn't sound very profitable. We really need something worth our while, so we'll see.
We'll see. We'll see. Come back and talk to me before you make your final choice on what you're carrying off of Yelsain.
My friend, I will definitely make sure to keep you in the loop.
Cool. So, in the scene, anything from Fennon?
No, no, I'm
Okay.
good.
Did you get in on the Sabak game while we were here? Or are you talking to people at the bar?
Yeah, I mean, I was probably talking to people and stuff, getting that info that I got, but yeah, that's good for now.
Awesome.
So I think then with a flourish, I'll leave and, but not come over and gather you or anything like that. But as I'm kind of picking my way through the muddy grass field outside, I'll kind of do that slowly so you can catch up. And we'll head back to the ship.
Okay. I think this is the perfect point where we cut to commercial break for our mid game. Not exactly mid game, apologies. Mid game bio break. So we'll pause the recording here. I think the most logical scene is a group scene because we haven't had one yet. So yeah, Tumtel and Finn and you guys return to find a Jawa in your midst, eating your food.
I'm
I
eating
step back
too.
in. You're eating too.
Yeah, I'm trying Jawa food.
Mm.
It's
So I step
price
back in and I'm like, oh, we have a guest. Who's
This is
this?
Tickets.
Ticket.
Tickets, a friend of Arceus.
Oh, well, maybe you can help clear some things up about Arcia. Um, do you know what's going on with him? Why the separatists took him?
Ticket has theories.
secret.
Does Ticket have our payment?
No. Arcia has money.
Where's Arcia keep that money?
Arcia never share with Ticket.
Of course not.
We do know where a very large factory is, though, here, and that might be worth something.
Big machine.
What's
Swamp
the
gas
factory
help
make?
turn on machine.
Things, apparently.
I thought machines was like not allowed on this planet.
Uh-huh.
Ticket
Well,
seems
it's a
to
good thing.
indicate that these machines predate the current inhabitants.
Ancient. Old. Old big machine. Thinking
It's good that
machine.
we have Antris who's so competent at being able to fix all of this. Um, do you think that the swamp gas is a good investment to get whatever comes? We should at least look into it and find out what this production is. The good news is that I have a customer willing to buy the swamp gas or whatever we produce and give us stuff to travel off with. Now, right now, he's talking about lumber. I'm trying to see if we can't find something more lucrative.
Big forest.
Yeah, it seems like everybody's going to be shipping wood. We want something more unique. I mean, something that befits our status. Ticket, is it?
Ticket.
Yeah.
Status? He looks around at the.
Vintage.
Classic.
Mm.
Old.
That is great. The best word association of the day. Ticket show where big machine?
Not towards the captain, like, yeah, right, right.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And we'll have Valera head us off in that
Yeah.
direction.
I imagine during all of this, Valier was dealing with the engineer, working with refueling, all of that good stuff. Although she can't really pay for refueling, so she's doing all the work except for refueling. But that's why she hasn't been involved in any of these conversations with Ticket. So when she,
Oh,
yes,
last session you had me I was supposed to know a secret about her, and then we like never came back to it.
oh yay! Thank you for
So
remembering the
I like
secret.
had it in my notes. Like, oh yeah, I should like
Secret.
um. So I just had it that like when we brought her onto the crew, I was given the job of like just like looking into her, doing the background check basically.
Yeah, exactly.
And I
And
found
you should
that
pass.
yeah, she desperate to get off of her home planet. She was persuaded to sign up for the separatist like military. That's where she got her pilot's training. And so she is also like AWOL from the war. Uh and I think I just kept that to myself and was like, yeah, no, she's good.
Awesome. Yeah. So she is also AWOL. You and Hypo, or her and Hypo, you guys have a connection.
So I,
I just,
I think she basically like got her training and then was like, I don't actually want to fight in a war that I don't like care about these sides, and like got out before she actually saw much of any action.
that is great. I love that. Thank you for circling back around to that. So, Valera can show up. Ticket can go up to the cockpit. You guys can get clearance, and is that the plan?
Yeah, I think so. I think that I'll get on the comms and I'll say we have an exploratory. We're exploring the goods that we can use whenever we ship off. So we'll be back in just a little bit, and get clearance for our trip and all that kind of stuff.
Okay, that's what you talk to
So,
the port authority. Awesome.
Yeah.
Let's see you manipulate them to get clearance
just
to
a,
like.
just a little sightseeing tour. We want to see
Exactly.
these big animals. We really hopefully don't. I'm sure we won't run into anything.
Great. So I'm going to use my fast talk skill, which
Okay.
is when you bluff, deceive, or con someone without leverage. So, because I think it applies just as much as manipulate. That's a 7, barely.
We can't. Your
Um,
story barely adds up. Pick two.
um, you can avoid further entanglement, and you stumble upon an unforeseen opportunity.
Oh, interesting. I'll have to think about that one. If folks have
Yeah.
ideas for unforeseen opportunities as we progress, that is a thing I'm open to.
It could
But
some kind of better cargo than the wood, since he's not happy with just wood.
ooh, that's
Maybe a drug
interesting.
den?
Yeah, a truck in. Look at you. Where does Temtel's brains go? Awesome. So the Orbach, you get clearance, you avoid further entanglement. They say, okay, you need to be back by, they give you a time limit, basically 1 day. Otherwise, you're going to be considered as having left without paying the fees that are due to you, to them for CIS. Um, ticket up front. Whoever else, because as we looked at the Wayfarer's floor plans, it is a large, it's like a bridge. It's not really a cockpit. Many people can be up front. And ticket gives you pretty detailed directions, gives Valera pretty detailed directions, and it is not close. Like you end up traveling, but hey, this is a starship, right? So you travel for a good bit. But as you start to get closer, um, Valera will call out, I think we're being tailed. Uh, it's trying to stay out of range and out of notice, but that cloud looks weird. And I just saw something jet from one cloud to another. Temtel, what should we do, Cap?
So here's the plan. Finnan, you're the sneakiest of us. You and Ticket should take our speeder. We'll get out of sight, but y'all should take our speeder. We're gonna go down and look at the woods nearby. Y'all should
Ticket's
take
like,
the speed.
wait, I'm not getting
Yeah,
any. Ticket, no what
yeah,
action?
yeah. You'll take our speeder and you'll go investigate. How big is our speeder? You'll go investigate this machinery. Um, how big is the speeder? Will it fit two or three?
Swamp
Or
gas. Big machine, no go with no swamp gas.
oh, true, but we need to find out if it's worth our gas, right? Um, will the speeder take three?
Oh, I was thinking it was a speeder, not a speeder bike, but we just
Oh,
kind of just randomly said it. So it could be whatever you guys want to determine is your ground vehicle that is in the Wayfarer. And once we state that's what it is, that's what we'll stick in the cargo hold.
It's a minivan, but super stealthy and super fast.
so then I'm going to
Yeah,
suggest,
no.
Fenrin, you can help hide people, and Interest, you can go investigate the machine, and uh Valera and I, and whoever else wants to stay, we will, continue to lead our tailor person, the person who's tailing us. We'll lead them off, keep looking at woods and pretending like that kind of stuff, and that way y'all can get a good look at it. You don't need me to look at any of this stuff.
Sounds great. So the plan is that you just could drop off the speeder. Whoever's on the speeder, one of you will lead a role for avoiding notice, and Temtel's effectively helping by giving support to a crewmate.
Sounds great. As soon as you said investigate the machine, I was already off. I don't know what the rest of the plan is.
Interest was
Yes.
going and gathering stuff
And
into their
Fennan's
tool
like,
bag.
oh, me and Antrisk off on our own.
Oh,
This is a good plan.
Okay, so Finnan, Antrisk, Ticket. What is Hypo up to?
I'll stick with the captain.
Smart. Smart.
Back up
Okay.
in case things go south.
So, Antrisk or Finnan, either of you can avoid notice. And Temtel, if you want to make the roll to help by this cool plan you have here, then feel free. Let's have you help first. We can give support to a crewmate. Stop what they're doing. Describe how you described how already. GM, I declare a stat for you to roll. This one's our first time into this, so this is interesting. I think that you are. I think subtle. Like you're trying to be subtle, it feels like. So let's have you
Okay.
roll plus subtle. Unfortunately, because that is a flexible move, I don't think I built it to tie to any stat. Let me double check. Yeah, I think you're just putting it as a regular move.
Okay. So I add in my subtle, which is a 1, and then just click to roll.
Correct. And unfortunately, you'll have to interpret the stuff off the move itself. So
that's a 10.
oh, wow. Okay. So on a 10 plus, you can give a +2 help or a -2 interfere to the roll. So,
So help. Yeah.
I assume you're given a +2. So Antrisk or Finnan, which of you would like to roll to avoid notice? Who's flying this speeder?
Gotta be the shadow.
Yeah, the shadow's got to be doing. So you have an automatic +2 to this avoid notice roll. You can put in the add modifier.
11.
Ooh,
Wow. You are in and nobody is on to you. That's lovely. So then you wait the perfect time, zip out in the speeder when the tree cover is the closest to where you actually the Orbach is scraping above the treetops, and maybe we see a couple of birds fly out of one area, and then you slip out like a I started to say like a shadow, and I think I'm just going to stick with it. And then boom, you're zooming along a particular old animal path. You're not going super fast because we've all seen Return of the Jedi, and going super fast in giant woods is always a little dangerous. Temtel, you and Hypo continue forward, Valera piloting to draw focus, and it works. Hypo, you're keeping an eye on things, and you do see what Valera had
Mm-hmm.
glimpsed. It does appear to one of those vultures. You were trained on this, so you
Mm-hmm.
know what to look for. As it's moving from cloud cover to cloud cover. It's been
Mm.
tailing you. A vulture droid is a droid that is a spaceship. So
Right.
imagine a very small, compact starfighter that is operated by a droid that exists within it.
Yeah. Let's lead him on a chase to the other side of the planet.
Cool. Let's continue on then, swooping back to Antrisk and Finnan as we do the wipe and we hear the sound effects of a healthy and vibrant forest. And the ticket points out excitedly. You guys bring the speeder down, and you see where it does not appear that there is a like an earth mover or anything, but it does. You do see this area that looks like it may have been a cave mouth that had grown over, but has been cleared, probably by hand. And take a say entrance vent for big machine here. We go.
that's why we're
Ticket
here, my man.
So,
ticket wish swamp gas. This big machine no go. He starts ambling into the cave, and you go maybe 20 meters into this cave and realize that the rocks have obviously like fallen at the very entrance at some point, and then there is a generous moss covering that gives way to this solid ground underneath us is just a large metal shaft. You can see a couple of your glow rods. That's the Star Wars flashlight thing shining along. And sure enough, this is a humongous, but like space opera sized vent shaft of some kind that you follow for a few hundred meters until it drops off and you see water dripping and a shaft that leads down. It's obvious that there are other levels, and this thing is definitely significant. Ticket giggles a little bit and then starts trying to climb down one of the cables.
Oh, ticket. Okay. Right? That's what you said?
Yes, I did. Sorry. I will enunciate more. Ticket the Jawa giggles with excitement and starts climbing down one of the cables to get into the big machine.
I thought for a second you said the big machine giggle that I was like, that's very disturbing, but no one
That
else
is
read.
disturbing, and that is not part of my plans. And I got to play to my prep. But damn, if only I'd had that idea.
Pickett did say something about thinking machine, but
He did. Maybe it's a giggling machine.
maybe it's a giggling machine.
Giggling
Humor
factory.
generator.
Everything happy here. We make the best stuff. Temtel, you and Hypo, as they are heading into the vintage shaft for the big machine, you swoop past what looks like, as you're trying to keep the tail on you, you see that there is a um, yeah, but I think maybe we just you pick out there is a small operation down. It's near a riverbed, easy access to water, and you see on the wing of the space shuttle there is a Pike Syndicate symbol. Looks like they've set up a small facility of some kind, like one of those
Should we
pop-up
try to
buildings, like a prefab house, or
nice.
yeah. What were you saying,
Should,
Mark?
should we try to zoom down there and maybe have our tail be interested in them instead?
Um, Probably. Um, but just keep me and Finnan out of it. Don't say anything about us.
Oh
I'm gonna
no.
I'm gonna come up with an
I mean just like
alias.
make it pass by, and
Mhm.
if that is see if that ship is interested, see if the our tail is more interested in their operation than a random pleasure cruise.
Yeah, I kind of want to draw more attention to them.
Yeah.
Maybe like land or
Oh,
something like that. Um, but I don't know that we should actually get out and talk to them.
yeah, I don't want to get
Yeah,
mixed up with them.
yeah. But oh, even better. Um, so I think what we'll do is we'll open communications, but we'll do it in a loud way so that
Mm-hmm.
the vulture can kind of communicate. And we'll say, "Hey, are you Arcia? Are you our contact? Whatever his name was,
Yeah.
Arcia Santarari? We're looking for him." And I just basically talk nonsense, but the vulture will know there's some kind of communication going on, and then we'll
Yep.
just head off.
Do it.
Awesome. So you reach out and they don't respond right away. Obviously, they weren't expecting communications, but you do raise them. And let's see, it sounds like you're trying to manipulate is probably the most likely thing, although maybe you're trying
Yeah.
to make some trouble here. Yeah, let's do
Ooh,
that.
Ooh,
I mean,
yeah.
escalate a situation into violence against an unprepared target. Say what you
okay,
want to
sure.
do and roll
Oh,
plus
yeah.
Yeah.
daring. This is
Yeah.
fun. I like this move.
Okay.
Go for
That
it.
is make trouble. I need to remove the
And hypo, you
modifier.
can absolutely help if you tell me how. That's a thing.
I
Go
think I
ahead.
should probably be the one doing the talking if you know if the pikes if you're in trouble with pikes.
Yes, but they don't. I'm not going to send them my ID card. I'm going to use a
Okay, yeah,
fake
yeah.
name. Yeah. In
Um
fact, I think I'm going to use Andrisk's name. Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah. So, um, were you going to help Hypo, or do you want
Yeah,
me
I'm
to
not
roll?
sure how it would help then.
Mm. Do you want to actually? Do you want to talk?
Yeah, it's probably better if I talk.
Yeah. Why don't you
Yeah,
talk, and I'll tell you what to say.
yeah, you Cyrano me. Yeah.
Okay. Then if you're talking, then you're making the daring roll, and then as far as a help, how is Temtel helping? By giving direction, like this is the way to go, this is
Yeah.
the smart play, this is the thing to say.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think then that's a little bit of manipulation then, so we'll go ahead and let you roll with subtle to assist.
Cool.
Is that okay?
So
Seems
I'm
like
Yeah.
rolling subtle.
correct.
If I understand correctly, I roll the help move, and Hypo rolls the make trouble move.
Yes.
Yes.
Perfect. So let me roll with subtle. My subtle is 1. And what is my bond? Do I have a bond? I do not have a bond with Hypo. Okay, because I can if I looked correctly, it looks like I could spend a bond in order to take a +1. Oh, if I share a bond, I get a +1.
Mhm.
Correct. Yes, if you
Okay.
share a bond with him already, then you get a +1 on this specific roll.
Mm.
Okay.
And thank you for pointing that out. That is something I should have made clear before.
So then let me roll my help. Oh, that is a 4.
Hey, that is not help.
That does not help.
That is the
Is there
opposite.
XP on a miss?
There is XP on a miss. You guys just
Okay.
never roll misses, but it turns out, yes, you dangerously escalate the situation. Amazing.
Fantastic. And then I'll roll make trouble.
You do.
All right, here we go. That is a 7.
A 7. Okay, cool. So, on a 7 with making trouble, you're in someone's crosshairs, and they still have what you want. Interesting. Wait, is that right for make trouble?
That's what it's.
Someone's.
Oh, you get what you want, but the situation is unstable.
Yeah, that looks like I need to
That's the
tweak
six lines. Yeah.
the reader. Sorry about that.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
is weird that I wonder. Hmm. Okay, let me fix that. So you get what you want, but the situation is unstable. And that's what you wanted.
Yeah, you may be forced or unable to deal harm.
Okay, cool. There we go. All right. So you call out the person from the pike answers, um, we don't know this. Go away. And then you get what you want, which is to draw their attention, the vulture's attention. The situation's unstable. So yeah, you swoop by the vulture now. At this point, starts to break off and seems to be now hovering and monitoring communications coming from this little pike installation. Um, but due to the unfortunate help or interfere, you dangerously escalate the situation. And I think that the pikes start firing on the vulture droid. Um, so, yeah, you guys sit past, you start this communication. The vulture comes in and thinks it's going to just scope this out. And then you see a couple of the pike guards and they quickly get to arms and then whoop, 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 they're firing some large gun from their ship. And the vulture droid is blown apart. And then they start firing up the engines to deal with whoever you are.
Let's get out of here.
So we cut back to Antrisk and Finn, and you guys trying to climb your way down into the big machine.
Yeah.
So
Okay, cool. I figured as much, but I'd rather get your yes. That way, if it's terrible, you're like, no, I did say, versus no, I'm standing at the back and just letting the Jawa go do stuff because that always works out. Cool.
See what happens.
You head down. At one point, we see the scale thing of space opera, where we see these three little bodies moving and climbing their way down. This was a just a shaft that vented probably really hot air or gases many eons ago, many thousands of years ago, because Star Wars, everything is like X thousand years ago. But now there's just algae and slick and water and rust. So it's slow going. We get down a couple of levels, and then we have another camera shot of you guys walking. And of course, it's all about the scale, right? But you find a level where ticket says one of brains here and starts leading you ambling across excitedly along this huge metal it's like a corridor that opens up into an interior, and you see that sure enough, there is this humongous column that appears to have a few hundred ancient CRT screens, trying to keep in that Star Wars aesthetic of ancient technology, all cabled together, and everything is inert. There are no sensor lights. There's nothing alive here, but it is obvious that this was some kind of huge computational device. And then when you look over from the where it opens up, you're now on a not a bridge, but just I guess kind of a bridge that goes to this core processor, one of the computer brains. But you can see that there are manufacturing areas, like giant 3D printers, more or less, that can manufacture large industrial implements. It's in disrepair. Um, but the other thing, Finnan, that you point out or that you notice is that there's a container area, like a storage area, with a bunch of droid parts that it looks like are now currently disassembled. What do you do? Tia says, big brain, big machine, droids.
So Ticket, you don't know what this big machine does?
No,
I think I'm gonna try to learn more about an interesting situation or item.
you should do that. That sounds fantastic.
All right, that is assess and let's see here. I don't even have to look at my stats. This is fantastic. Less fantastic is the miss.
Is it
Um,
though? Is it less fantastic mark and XP?
I will mark an XP. How exciting. And I still get to ask a question, or it says may have me ask a question. So up to you.
I want you to ask a question. Yeah, for sure.
The answer will spell trouble. Um, what happened recently?
What happened recently? You're observing this ticket is excitedly like, hey, I told you the thing. Do I know what it is? No. And then he heads back over and starts working on, like, he's now trying to see, oh, maybe I can just hotwire it and show you. So he starts moving some cables around like a switchboard operator trying to jerry rig this thing. Um, but you, Antrisk, as you're observing this and trying to get a read on, okay, is this everything that it looks like? You see the telltale signs of scoring, like from blaster fire, and it appears that someone long ago took this thing offline forcefully.
Oh. Hmm. Probably keep that to myself for now.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Fair enough. Yeah, sure. No problems there.
I'm hoping the ticket is right that we can't fire it up without the swab gas, but I'm keeping an eye on him just in case.
So he starts like he tries to hotwire some things, and then it makes a little frustrated little jaw, and then uh he comes over and says, Fennin, you got blaster? Use blaster pack. Get energy.
I think I do have a blaster.
Do you hand it over? Because he will like very adeptly
No,
like,
but I don't have a blaster.
oh, you don't?
I don't. What I do have something that'll work. What is it? It's like shock gloves.
Ooh. Shock glove, good energy. Borrow?
Um, uh, I'm looking over to Antrisk because like this is technical stuff. I don't know.
Um, I feel like, all right, here's why I'm stuck because I want to get a look at what's going to happen
Uh-huh.
if Ticket jams this thing in, but I just did the assess roll and I don't really want to roll an assess roll.
Sure, you could get a read off of a person. Maybe try to see what's his intentions.
Yeah, what's he want to do? Or I can also pitch you this. I have my fix it move. Uh, little intake of air makes me think that might be the one.
Yeah, I
So
think
I
fix
can
this
go over
sounds
there,
fun.
start pulling out some tools and see what
It's the
happens.
game session of gasps I've found, I think. We gasp a lot today.
A lot of them were not genuine gasps, but
It's true. Little fakey
let's
gasp.
patch something up and hurry, roll plus logic and add scrap spent. So I don't remember how I get more scrap. It might just
You
be a
start with
thing.
some scrap. You have a scrap of 3. It's down in your gear.
Yeah,
How
I
do you
pull
get
up.
more scrap? That is a good question. So you, I think that the plan was that there would be some like whole, you can break things down into scrap, but I don't recall actually seeing it in the build unless I missed it somewhere. So that's a thing that we can figure
So
out.
some narrative, hey, there's probably scrap here. You can pick up more scrap
Or you
kind of
can
thing.
break something down into scrap, that kind of stuff.
Then I think I'm going to go ahead and use two because this seems important.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that will be, oh, it's not going to, I have to do it because it's custom.
Yeah, you got
All right.
to add modifier for the scrap spent.
My stat is logic of 2 and a modifier of 2. What could go wrong?
The max you can
Oh,
roll
no.
is the +4, so you got it.
Voila. Choose one. Let's
Strong.
see. Oh, it affects far more or less than you wanted.
Hold on.
Yeah,
I thought I put fix it in there, but I guess I didn't. Son of a gun. Okay,
as a
cool.
move.
I should have, but I didn't. So yeah. 10 plus, voila, choose one. It won't hold for long. It affects far more or less than you want. It was more difficult than you thought. Spend +1 scrap. Oh my gosh, you have to spend another. It'll take a while or draw unwanted attention.
Oh gosh. I like affects far more or less than you wanted.
Cool. So I imagine you were worried about what is Ticket going to do here. Um, but you're doing fix it, right? So you're going to help and try to control things with Ticket.
Yeah.
So Ticket pulls a couple of the little battery cores off of each of the gauntlets and patches it together, does a little bit of hot wiring to get some power to leak in. And under your supervision, you're just going to try to wake up and access a particular part of the core processing unit, try to understand, is this what we think it is? Does that feel fair? Like that was the goal?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you do that, and then I think then in you hear echoing as these like large fans start rotating, and you hear the sound of things like breaking, ripping, maybe old vines and the like being torn up as these fans start to spin up. The air cools a little bit around you guys, and then plink, 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 plink. Several indicator lights come on, and then a single screen uh, wakes up, and it's like monochrome monitor, right? Like the old style where and you see this squiggly set of ASCII art like a mouth, like an unsure mouth, and a pair of little squint ASCII art eyes on this computer screen. And then the ASCII art seems to move, and you hear a speaker in not basic saying words at you questioningly. It ends on an uplift at the sentence. Garble, garble. What? What do you do?
Um, I mean, I'm not an engineer, but I am a slicer.
Uh
Is there
huh.
like a terminal that I could try to
Yeah, man.
access?
There are a couple of terminals here because in Star Wars, like this tech hasn't changed a whole lot. So yeah, you think you could get in and try to slice a little bit if you want, as this thing
I
asks
mean,
the same question again.
yeah, because yeah, whatever it's at, we don't know what it's asking, but I have a feeling whatever answer we have, it's not going to be the correct one. So let's uh let's see if we can't bypass whatever security is on this thing.
Sounds good.
Okay, that modifier off. And what's this called? Insecure. Oh, there it is. But was that the roll? And I just unclicked it, or did it? I don't know if it rolled it on.
That is that is the thing. Like I think a good hygiene is always once you've done a roll and resolved it, uncheck it. Otherwise, there's going to be that point of confusion. Don't fret about it.
Okay.
I'm all good
I
with
just
how we
checked it again and got the exact same thing that was on there previously.
meant to be.
So either way,
Meant to
we're
be.
good. So a 9. So wheat, choose 2. So really, so which one do I not choose? I guess I won't pick the it doesn't take very long. So I'm going to take my time to do it right. If this voice is gets angry in the meantime, we'll have to deal with it
Sweet.
until I
So,
finish.
uh, imagine Farron like slicing in this is very physical thing. So you like jack into the thing, and maybe do you imagine that you have like a little the keypad-y kind of computer deal, or how do
Yeah,
you imagine?
little clamp things that you attach to spots to bypass whatever. And, yeah.
Yeah. So Finny, you're starting to get into the system. It's a an ancient version of a particular programming code, and you're like, oh, okay, yeah, the syntax is a little different. It's going to take you a little bit stumbling as you're trying to work through. It asks the question again, and you hear a different speaker like crackle to life as garble garble what? Um, Antrisk. It asks the question a third time, and you see a few lights pop on in that area where all the droid parts are, and you see this automated arm starting to put together the pieces of a droid. What do you
Uh,
do?
Benin, can you go faster, please?
Uh, if I try to rush this, and it doesn't go well,
There's
the
there's
the
a
the,
thing.
the plan the plan is to power this thing up with swamp gas and actually get something useful out of it. If I try to rush it, uh, whatever I do isn't gonna hold together long enough for us to do that. So, you're gonna have to buy me time.
And you see this like broad-shouldered. It's like an ancient version of a load lifter droid. Like this thing is big. It's meant to be effectively a droid forklift. Is being constructed by this set of arms and like pops a head on top of it, and then they're drilling a battery into its back. It's just obviously some kind of modular thing. You can see this from several different sets of parts. Maybe they could construct a different, like less gigantic droid. Um, then this bridge starts to extend out from where that is, and it's heading to where you guys are in the core central area, as if this droid is going to just walk along that little space towards you. What do you do?
Uh, so it's not a battle droid, is the good news.
Doesn't look like a battle droid.
Is very big and could still smush us, is the bad news.
Cut away right from that bit of news that you share to Valera going, I think it's coming after us, and the Pike Syndicate ship bursts through from the canopy, and it is on an intercept trajectory with the group. Temtel, it seems that the Pike Syndicates are mad. What do you wish to do?
I'm gonna tell Hypo, uh, get on the comms, tell him we're bad. I'm gonna tell Valera, punch it back towards the city, right? And we'll see if we can't. Or Valera, do you know where are there separatists around here?
She points up.
Yeah, let's go straight up into the
Mhm.
separatists, um, and see if we can get there.
Awesome. So you tell Valera, yeah, head for the seps up in orbit around the place, and as this Pike ship, which is faster than your freighter, is gaining on you, that is where we will end today's session.
Nice.
Fantastic.
Cool. We do have an end of session move. Let's go through that. The end of session move, when the crew spends time, when time to catch their breath and take stock, answer the following together. Did you discover something significant about your environment?
Yes.
Certainly did.
Recall machine.
Did you overcome a worthy opponent or obstacle? I think you overcome a few obstacles at the spaceport in dealing with the inspector, dealing with Ticket, and getting him on your side. So I'm going to say that those things are a yes. You guys okay with that? Does that feel right? Okay. Mark experience if the answer is yes. So each of you get 2 more experience. And then lastly, did you score enough to keep getting by? And I think unfortunately that I'm going to go like I think we forestalled that. last session, but because of Arcia not getting paid, I'm going to say you haven't quite scored enough to keep getting by. Like things are going to get a little more desperate. Fair?
My soul.
Yeah, that's right. Everyone takes -1 soul. So that stat actually goes down by one. And if you score big, you don't get soul, you get experience. However, there are a number of moves that allow you to recover soul, and we'll talk about that during part of next session. It's one of the, I think, one of the hidden gems of Starlight is this idea of the soul, uh, the reflect and the connect moves that I think are super interesting. So looking forward to that. Of course, the lines and the drives are also pretty cool. So that is the end of our end of session mechanics, but let us also do the thing I like to do, just to do stars and wishes. We start with wishes so that we can end with stars. Who has wishes?
I mean, yeah, more of what's happening.
All
It's
right.
not a very good wish, but I've got all sorts of things that I enjoy going on, and everything else verges into star territory, so you're gonna have to wait.
Okay, then I will wait with bated breath. Who else has wishes?
I will not be here for the next couple sessions, so my wish is to see what happens while I'm gone.
Uh-oh.
Um, that's right. We need our healer. I'm gonna say a wish for me is I want to see what you just touched on, how the soul stat moves up and down. That's interesting.
That's a good call. I do actually mechanically want to see the reflect and connect.
Cool. Any wishes from you, Brian?
Um, yeah, I agree with all that. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, things are getting exciting. I think we're just keep going where we're going. Yeah.
Excellent. Then you went last with wishes. You get to go first with stars. Did you have any stars?
Oh, I always tell myself I'm gonna like think about it during the session to like, oh, remember that moment to give a star, and I never do. I don't know if I ever once have.
I feel guilty asking you to give stars because I played with you enough to know that stars aren't really
I
like your strong suit. Your strong suit is the actual play, which is like if you're gonna choose one of the things to
just
be a strong suit, then
it's
that's
like,
the one.
but yeah, I mean, everybody was great. Stars all around.
Yay, stars all around. Awesome. Steven, did you have any stars?
Um, I like the yeah. I liked the unfreezing of Ticket and the interaction with Ticket. That was a good call. Um, I like some of the decisions where I didn't even realize it whenever we were talking about stuff, and I think it was you, Keith, who said, maybe it was you, Brian, who said, "Oh, Andrisk and Finnan go off on their own. That sounds fantastic." I'm like, "Oh yeah, that is a good idea." Um, let's see what else. I like the setup that you've done, Rich. This is all really good. It made it all really juicy with the uh, separatists are here, but so are the Pikes, but so are the people in the city don't want us to find our treasure, but Ticket tells us where our treasure is, and yeah, that's all very good. It's very juicy.
Excellent. I'm glad you're digging it. Mark, did you have any stars?
Yeah, same. I super dig the setup here, being on a socially hostile world with a big bad around, and also ancient computers. A very like UVG code is really fun. It's great to see all the characters doing what they do. It's lots of decisions and things being done that I would not have thought to do, which is always great. So yeah, like the group, like the setup. Sad I'm gonna miss it.
Excellent. Yeah, I'm sad that you're going to be gone next session too. And then we end with Keith. Any stars from you, friend?
Yeah, I love all the threads that have been laid out. I feel like there are excellent areas for everybody to do the thing that they're good at doing. which is really gratifying to see. And there's so many strong character personalities, PCs and NPCs, that like I'm just really interested in seeing all these people on screen as much as possible. And we just need large ensemble scenes of everyone that's been on the character keeper.
Awesome. I really appreciate the choices that you guys made, the like interacting with folks at the cantina at the same time where we're cross-cutting back to dealing with the inspector. That was fun stuff. I'm looking forward to more exploration of Yelsain and the ancient factory. With that, we'll bring the recording to a close.